Everyone, today we're going to talk about replacing color. This could be an object, parts of an image, or just a simple section. We're going to start off simple, and that is with the quickest way I would approach changing a color. It's at least my first go-to. If this doesn't work, then we can go from there. Now, I always suggest whenever you do any kind of photo editing that you always duplicate the image, and just in case you aren't happy with it, or ultimately in case you change your mind. So to do that, you can do that in multiple ways. You can drag that to the new layer icon. You can right click it and just simply say duplicate layer. Or you can go up here in the notepad in the upper right hand corner of your layers panel and choose duplicate layer. So my first approach to this would be to replace the colors by going to Image, Image Adjustments, and choose Replace Color. Using my eyedropper tool, I'm going to go ahead and select my form here and get as much of this as possible. Then increase my fuzziness here. And once I have a nice solid form here, just so you can see all my particles, I can now adjust my hue. And you can see here I'm quickly changing the color of my form. Now depending on the color you choose, let's go ahead and go with red, you can kind of see a little bit of the green still. Go ahead and increase your fuzziness here. And you'll select more values around the form. You can see all the different variations you can go with. So that is definitely one quick way in which you can change your color. So we went from this to a nice bright green. Alright, so that's one way. Another way is with a quick reference to a tool called the Replace Color tool. Now you'll find this color replacement tool under the brush or pencil is most likely where you'll have it open. And you want to go ahead and just choose the color that you want to replace it with. And let's go ahead and do like a dark blue, a bright blue. And then on the image here, and again, if you want to suggest duplicating the layer again, you can see the different variations. So for this one here, let's try this way and go ahead and right click and choose duplicate layer. And I'm going to put blue here so that you guys can see the blue pencil. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint with blue. I'm just using my paintbrush, I'm just going through. Now the only thing, if you just do this right off the bat, is you'll see that it actually will make everything turn blue. So I can do, but this is officially changing everything. If that's not the result you're looking for and you want to isolate the thing, you can still do that. I'm going to go ahead and hold down my Alt and Command and Z and undo this a few minutes here. Okay, so now that we have it back, let's go ahead and show you, rather than using the brush, the replacement color brush on everything, we can isolate the moment simply by using our quick selection tool or any other selection method. So I'm just going to go around the outside of my pencil here. And realizing I want the green selected, I'm going to hold down my Alt key, just kind of go in here. So what I'm showing you is I want to focus on this aspect, but I don't want anything else to do. I don't want the pink in here or the lead or anything else to get affected. So I'm going to select inverse. So now I have just inside here selected. This is my actual pencil. Now if I use my replacement color brush to paint over the form, no matter what, I cannot go into the outer area of this. It simply won't let me. So I can increase my tolerance if I want to and get a variation of the form and paint within here, and it will not go outside of my selection. If you want to make any adjustments or changes, you simply can. I can actually expand or change my selection by simply going to select, modify, and adjust. So I'm going to go ahead and expand by 1 pixel. And then go ahead and try that a little bit more here. Now you can see that this too was selected. So when I went over with my brush, it got blue in there too. I don't want that to be part of it. I only want this area. So with my quick selection tool, I can actually hold down my Alt key, which minuses that. So I don't allow that to be selected. Now going back to my color replacement tool, I can go ahead and adjust the color on the edging to make sure that everything was affected properly. I go ahead and hit Command or Controls D and deselect. You can see how the color replaced the edge. So that's utilizing the brush and selecting with the marquee or individually. So that is another way you can replace the color. Now let's take a look at replacing an element like this. Using the same technique as we discussed, you can actually replace the color of the pool and not affect the outer edging. You can use the quick selection tool and go around the edge here. Now I actually want to get some of this trim here. So I'm going to hold down Alt and go around and get some of this blue marker here. And just subtly, I just want to make sure they get all the blue aspects here. Alright, and then I'm going to select inverse, so now I have the pool selected. Using my image, adjustment, replace color, I can select the portions of the pool with my plus sign and get as much as possible here. And you can choose the color of the pool that you like. You can do a bright pink or purple, blue, or if you want to just make it maybe a little bit of a brighter blue, or I maybe wouldn't go into the yellow direction. It could look like something nasty, but overall making it just have a more vibrant light situation, right? So maybe there's lights in the pool and it making it all wild looking. You can increase the saturation, decrease the saturation, and you can actually keep the blues and just make it more vibrant, which is definitely an option. So you can still have the same blue, but just increase the saturation and make it more vibrant. So here we have the before and the after. Another successful way of replacing color is with an adjustment layer. Now, leaving off where we have the marquee currently selected already around the pool, if we go down to what looks like a yin-yang symbol, it's your adjustment layer. And we're going to click on this and we're going to go down to, let's try color balance. Now when you select the color balance, Because we currently had the marquee on, the dancing ants or the marching ants, depending on what you see them as, it created a mask in that form in this with our color adjustment layer. So now if I adjust my color, and I can make this any color I want, I can make it really red, pink, I can add more blue, I can add more cyan, and you can shift the coloring. And depending on the color that you're trying to create, you can adjust or change. But as you can see, even though it's affecting blue as the whole page, I hold down Shift and hide my mask, it's selecting it everywhere. It's not just that, it's the whole image. But what's great about this is it's its own layer. So if I don't like what's happening, I can simply turn off my visibility toggle and it's not affected. Or I can turn it back on, preserve my mask by holding the Shift key and allowing it to show, and now I can adjust my color to get the variation of the blue and the brightness or the richness that I want. So you can see the wonderful variations that you could apply and get the effect that you want. And this is another successful way of changing color. It's an adjustment layer. Alright, so now that you've successfully seen a few variations on how to replace color or change color within an image, go ahead and try this portion of your exercise. Once you've completed this portion of your exercise, replacing color, go ahead and go to File, Save As. Using our naming system, as we have throughout the semester, do E for exercise, number 4, last name, and first name, capitalizing the first and last initial. Then do an underscore with the number associated with this portion of your exercise, which is 4 for color change. Now for me, all you need to do is a JPEG. So change your format to JPEG, and this is what you'll be loading onto Beachboard, and also what you'll be adding to your print version. But I suggest you save the Photoshop file for yourself, just in case, for any reason in the future, you need it. Go ahead, hit save, and OK.